Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 110 and today I have got some very exciting news for all of you. At the time of recording, tomorrow is going to be my 21st birthday, and at the time of release of this video, yesterday will have been my 21st birthday. So when this video is out, I will have been on the earth as a living human being for 21 years. 21 years, and when I first started my YouTube channel, I was 16 years old. That was in 2012, so it seems like ages ago now. I can remember like it was yesterday. Seriously, I can remember recording all of the videos. I can remember, for example, making the smoke machine that got a bunch of views in the early days. I can remember sitting down with my friends, creating the how to turn the lights out in style videos and things. It seems mind-blowing to me how fast time has gone. 21 years old! I mean, there's no real special milestones in the UK for 21. It used to be that was the legal voting age, but now that's been knocked down to 18. So there really isn't anything special that I can do other than get slightly cheaper car insurance, which is pretty good. And I'm sure there's other things. There must be other things. Let me know down in the comment section. I'd love to hear it because, well, I have no clue what I can do at this age. Oh dear, that is not the way I wanted to start today's episode. He's dead. He has died. We really need to hook up an AFK line from the slime farm into this dude, because otherwise that is going to happen quite often. And there is literally one more death, and then the one after that we lose all of the diamonds from the chest. So you know what? I'm going to put a time frame on this thing. If we can manage to keep this guy alive for the next 2 weeks, if he doesn't lose these two in the next 2 weeks, then we can remove the diamonds from that chest and we can forget about this whole time bomb right here. So 2 weeks from the release of this video. But anyway, as you guys know, recently I have built myself a slime farm, and it is an absolute champion at just generating slimes. It just seems to be a full-on slime generator at this point in time. What I want to do is I want to create a slime block shop. That is the plan of action, and I have been trying my best to come up with some designs. I think I've got a cool one in my head, so let's pop over to the Brown District and try and work out the location of this place. Still no customers at the Redstone consultancy. The redstone lamp was turned off. I thought that the redstone must be incorrect. We must have a request, and I just haven't noticed. But nope, no one's been here. Come on, hermits. If anything, you should just come by to check it out. This place is amazing. So I found a location for our shop, and that is here. This is where we are going to be building it. Our store is going to be going in this sort of zone. Now, I have just noticed it's very difficult for me to display depth right now. So I would say it's going to be floating somewhere above that sort of spot right there, but just up in the sky. And we're going to have a nice walkway running up to it, and then the slime ball shop, the slime block shop as well. I think we're going to be selling both of them. It's going to be hovering around about here. Now, in theory, it's going to look really, really cool. I've got a few cool design ideas for it that I think are going to look amazing, but I haven't built this previously in a testing world. I'm just going to build it freehand, which is generally a bad idea, but I feel like it could be interesting. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, I sort of concluded that was a bad idea, so I've taken to designing it in my testing world. I just really didn't want to get it wrong. And I'm really glad that I did build it in a creative world before I actually built it on the Hermitcraft server, because what I've built so far is horrendously ugly. Absolutely disgusting. Oh. Everything has been fully designed. Our build is ready to go. I'm not going to be showing you it. Instead, I'm just going to build it all in survival, and that can be your first look at the actual design itself. But if you're wondering what I'm up to right now, none of the wood shops had any oak wood left over, so believe it or not, I'm actually having to do things the old-fashioned way. I'm trying my absolute hardest to build all of this nicely and make it all look good. And as you can see, this is what I've done so far. So this is the walkway that is going to be going up into our slime block shop. I think it looks pretty cool so far. Essentially, it's meant to look like an arch that arches off over here. But unfortunately, we have a really, really good arch to compete with on this side, which is like a perfect arch. I can't seem to compete with that. No matter what I do, it always seems to look just a tiny bit more awkward than that. Final finishing touches now. The fence posts are going in, and they should make their way up like this. And we're just going to chuck those in on all of the wood, and I think I'll put it across here, but probably not on these ones, because this is where the store is actually going to be. So let's just chuck in the ones on the other side as well, and then we can take a step back and look at what we've created. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. It's amazing how long that tiny little thing there has taken me to build. I mean, I don't even want to tell you because I'm not very good with those sorts of shapes. I'm great with circles, okay? Fantastic with circles. I can do squares just fine. But like arches are when things begin to get just a tiny bit confusing for little old me. But I would say that looks cool. We've got the oak wood underneath. Yeah. That is a good start to the build. Good start to the build. I do feel like it needs a little bit of lighting though, so maybe I'll grab some of the glowstone that we've got back at the base, and then we'll pop back on over and start work on the build itself. Fingers crossed, Rendog is the greatest man on the server. Right, we've got the browns, we've got the pinks. I've seen a green. That's yellow. We need lime green. That's what we're looking for here. Now, last time, Rendog came through, and he was just a champion. He had tons and tons of glass. This time, I can't even find lime green. Ah, there it is. All right, here goes. What a brilliant man! What a fantastically brilliant man! Oh, I need all of it. And with these final few blocks, that should be the entire store completed. There we go, it is done. We have finished everything. Right, let's jump down and take a look at how this thing is looking. Yes. Oh, that is perfect. Look at that. That looks amazing. I am chuffed to bits. Oh, that angle especially, that is my favourite angle. I'm kidding, we're just getting started. Alright, let's continue placing in the blocks. So next plan of action is to create the lime green glass cube going around the outside of our slime blocks right here to essentially emulate a giant slime. If you hadn't quite guessed what we're going for here, that is what we're going to be doing, but it is going to be done with a slight twist. It's not just going to be one big green cube, because that would be fairly ugly. I'm actually really excited to see how this looks with the extra detail that we're going to be doing, but I guess you'll just have to wait and see what that is. So this is what we've got so far. We've got the big slime cube right here, and then I'm actually going to punch my way actually into the slime block itself. And this is going to be the inside of our store. Now, the store itself isn't going to be particularly exciting, but the outside should end up looking pretty interesting. And so far, yeah, so far it looks exactly as I'd expect it to. Big green block. Now it's time to start doing all the stuff down at the bottom. As I'm sure some of you have guessed, what I'm going to do is try my best to make it look like the slime block is actually dripping down onto the ground. So as opposed to being like a big cube, it's going to look like a melted ice cream, essentially. That's the style that we're going for here. And it's quite difficult. It is quite difficult to create that sort of design. But I would say so far, things are going pretty nicely. We've got a good variety of depths and heights. Everything is looking cool. Might have to take a look from a different perspective, though. Okay, so after a ton of tweaking and a ton of messing around, breaking everything, walking over to that hillside over there, restarting, everything like that, I would say we're getting to a point now where things are beginning to look good. So I'm going to run back across over to my hillside once again. Let's climb up the waterfall, and we can spin around and see what the build looks like so far. Now, of course, I am going to be extending out the bottom of the slime blocks as well. That definitely helps things out, but this is like the template, the outer template, and here it is. Okay, so it looks good. It looks a lot better than it has done over the past few times. That is a really, really good start. Once we start melting down this giant slime block in the middle right here, that will look awesome. That seriously will look awesome. So I'm going to have to drop down my scaffolding by a tiny bit. We're going to extend this right the way downwards there, and it should end up looking really, really cool. Unfortunately, guys, we have run out of slime blocks. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of the scaffolding, and we're going to take a look at this thing fully completed for the time being. Now, obviously, if we do need a few more slime blocks, then I just have to pop on over to the base, pick up a few more. But I would say we've got a good amount. We have got a huge amount down at the bottom there. So let's run up onto this spot here and spin. Yes, that looks brilliant. Oh, that looks so good. Look how cool that looks. Wow, I was not expecting it to look that cool. That looks even cooler than the one that we've got in my testing world, because I did the testing world one really, really quickly just to make sure that it all sort of worked. I don't think I extended the blocks out as much in the testing world one. I think that's the difference here, and it makes a massive difference. Wow. Oh, I don't know if this is just me being simple. Maybe I'm just being simple here. But I think that looks awesome. I really, really like it. You know what? It almost looks like a ghost. It's like a slime ghast. That's a cool idea, actually. Do I have any diamonds? I've got a plan. I wanted to make sure that the first time you guys saw this was in the daytime, so let's run on over. And here he is. The slime monster. Awesome. Okay, that looks fantastic. Now all we have to do is a bunch of the details, things like filling this thing up with the product itself, and also a few banner bits and bobs, and just a bunch of cool stuff that has to go on the inside of our shop here. I honestly have no clue how this thing manages to break so often. I mean, how did glass get into the top of those furnaces? I don't get it. I really don't understand. I think I've officially concluded that this place is going to be called the Snot Shop. So what I've got to do now is I have got to do a bunch of banners. So we're going to start work on the S right here, and I'm going to be using the tutorial by Hi Folks, I'm Adam. It was released in 2014, so over 2 years ago now, and it is still by far the best tutorial you can possibly find on letters in Minecraft. So if you ever need those, then look that one up. I think I have to do this and a bit of this action. To be honest with you, I am terrible with banners, so this is massively helpful. So here we go, flying in. Hopefully we can make it over into the mouth of this guy right here. That was right the way from over by the drone. That's a pretty impressive flight right there. But let's start chucking in these little fellas. So I would say that we have to place in one right about there. And yep, that should just about do us. So S, N, no, that's not how, oh my word. I'm terrible at this. Right, let's try again. S, N, O, T, good. S, H, O, P. The Snot Shop. I love it. I absolutely love it. And for those of you who perhaps don't live in Britain, I don't know if you guys use the word snot over there, but you know your nose, yeah, there's occasionally some green stuff up there. That's snot. And behind me is the Snot Shop. So, now that the Snot Shop is all done and dusted, we're going to do something ever so slightly different. As you guys know, at the end of the previous episode of Hermitcraft, Exumavoid popped by and dropped over some of these guys. Now these are shulker boxes, and they're essentially like backpacks. You can carry them around, you can store items on the inside, you can place them down really quickly, open them up, and then grab the items that you need. And what I want to do is I want to create a redstone backpack that I can take along with me to pretty much all of the redstone builds that I need to do. Now this is going to involve a bunch of crafting, probably a bunch of resource gathering, and a ton of other stuff, but it should really help me out in the long run. Plan number one is to acquire lots and lots of redstone blocks. So we've got 13 diamonds with us here. I think I've got about 5 inside the shulker box so far. So that is another one, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to just be sure. Well, I'm a total idiot. I didn't even buy enough. Even with my extra stack of redstone blocks I thought I'd bought, I still didn't have enough. Oh. So far, this is what we've got inside our shulker box. So we've got 9 stacks of redstone blocks, which of course can be converted into redstone. So essentially we have a ton of redstone up at the top there. Then we've got 2 stacks of redstone torches, a stack of levers, stone buttons, wooden buttons, and then we've got stone pressure plates. Now I'm thinking we should probably grab ourselves some wooden pressure plates as well. So let's quickly do some of this, and we're actually going to need a few more of that. So we need 2 stacks of wood there, and that should just about do us. So we go, we now have wooden pressure plates too, that's for entities, so that is perfect. Then in terms of redstone components, we're definitely going to need repeaters, and we're definitely going to need a bunch of comparators. Now I would say either 2 or 3 stacks of repeaters and 2 stacks of comparators will probably do us. So we're going to need to craft up all of the redstone torches, and then craft up all of those bits. How is it that I now have a whole ton of cobblestone but absolutely no stone? It seems to switch every week. Every time I've got loads of stone, I have no cobble, and every time I've got loads of cobble, I have no stone. It drives me nuts. I will happily stand by the fact that the dispensers are the single most annoying things to craft in Minecraft. I actually can't think of anything more annoying than the dispenser. The beacon's not that difficult. It's hard to get. Obviously, you have to get yourself a nether star. That's a massive pain. But other than that, just having to do this. And dispensers, you usually need lots of them for a redstone build. I mean, how frustrating is this? Come on, Mojang, I reckon you can work out a smarter way of doing that. We're on the home straight now. I'm crafting up the final stack of pistons. And that should just about do us. Come on, be faster with your mouse, Ollie. You can do it. Right, there it is. And then let's chuck that into there. Sticky pistons. And this can be a full set of sticky pistons as well. Okay, that's good. Now we have one spot left, and that is for our redstone lamps. So we have that. We need some extra redstone. And then we can just surround this glowstone with the redstone dust. And that will do it. So there we go. We have now got ourselves one full redstone backpack. There it is. So we've got all the redstone blocks, the slime blocks, our redstone torches, our levers, all of our input devices right there. We have got our repeaters, our comparators, our hoppers, our droppers, our dispensers, our pistons, and then our redstone lamps as well. I would say that is a pretty good start, and I'm going to try my best to keep that thing safe. In fact, you know what? I'm going to place it in this chest right here. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen, it is in that chest. Right, now we have some enchanting to do. So we're quickly going to raid our own shop. We've got 3 Unbreaking 3 Silk Touch pickaxes right here. And I need 3 mending books, and I also need 6 efficiency 4 books. Now that should be easy to find, but then again, maybe not. Bad news, guys. I don't seem to have a single mending book. By the look of things, someone has come in and they have bought all of the mending books, and I'm going to make the assumption that that is Mr. Impulse SV, who currently isn't logged on. But I'm going to pop back over to the base, and we're going to see if we have any left over in the storage system. Rather annoyingly, it doesn't actually look like I do. I don't have any mending books whatsoever. Absolutely none. So, by the look of things, we've actually got to do a real quick AFK session that I'm actually going to do overnight. I'm going to go AFK overnight. I'm going to try my best to get as many books as possible. I'm also going to be AFKing over the slime farm, so we're going to get loads and loads of slime balls as well, so we can stock up the Snot shop. But that is a real bummer. I totally wasn't expecting that. Right, let's crack on. And we are back in the office. Right, let's go away from the AFK fish farm and take a look, first off, at how much slime we have managed to get during this. Now, we were AFK all the way through the night this time. I think we've just about managed maybe 14, 15 hours. So, of course, all of these should be filled. That one is filled as well. And that. So we've managed to get 1, 2, 3, and I guess 4 double chests, because all of this one had all of the slime balls removed. That's pretty good. That is pretty awesome. Now, there is a mob right there, which is a little bit frustrating, as that means that mobs can spawn in some of the walls over here. So, for example, that guy really shouldn't be there. But that's pretty good. So what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to craft up a whole ton of slime blocks. I mean, this is going to take quite a long time. I think what I'm going to do is do the good old-fashioned auto-crafting technique that I did with the melons. That's probably a good way of doing it. And for those of you who don't know what the auto-crafting technique is, here it is in action. It seems to work really nicely, and one thing that I am thinking is I could probably use this technique to craft up dispensers a lot faster. That would actually be a really good idea. This is really strange. I keep getting half stacks inside my system right here. I honestly don't quite understand what's going on. How are we getting half stacks? That doesn't make any sense. So there it is, the world famous Snot shop that we created earlier on in the episode. I haven't seen this for a day, and I'm chuffed with it. I mean, it's a bit more of a silly shop, but I think it looks absolutely amazing. So let's pop on through, and we can chuck in all of our slime blocks inside here. So let's see how many we've got. So we have, well, we have got tons of them. So that there is 3 rows, and then we can place 1 on either side like that. So there we go. We have got 9, 18, 27, 29 stacks of slime blocks right there, which will be enough to get us 29 diamonds. So any hermits that are on the Hermitcraft server right now, if you guys want to get some slime blocks, then that is the place to go. I know that Impulse SV does give out things from his super chunk for free, and I'm well aware of the fact that he has a slime farm, but look at this place, okay? How could you not want to go to this place right here? Anyway, I'm now going to pop over to my bookshop, see if we've got any diamonds, then we're going to check the drops from the AFK fish farm to see if we have any more mending books. I'll be honest, guys, from what I can see, I don't think we've done any AFK fishing. I don't know how that's happened, but I think there's a chance that my computer might have stopped me from AFK fishing. Yeah, by the look of things, there must have been something that has popped up that has taken the focus from that screen, which means that, unfortunately, I then stopped right-clicking, which means that we stopped AFK fishing. And actually, I've just noticed we haven't gone up any levels either. Well, that's a bummer. Everything went so well in today's episode. I thought we were on to a winner there. But sadly, there are no mending books, which means that sadly we can't do our enchanting session to get ourselves a brand spanking new Silk Touch Super Pickaxe, which is a massive pain in the backside, to be honest with you, because I need loads of smooth stone. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.